Hey, hello again, friends and fans, family and loved ones, and whoever else is watching this. You've obviously seen me work on this Astro a lot, and I'm getting a weird vibrating, pulsing, chugging sound, especially when I back up with the brakes on. I'm assuming it's coming from the hydro booster. It does not have a vacuum booster. It runs for the brakes. It runs off in a booster that runs off in the power steering pump. So I'm thinking the power steering pump was low on fluid. I put some in it, tried to flush it last week. Well, guess what? The reservoir is dry. And guess where all the fluid went? So I've obviously got a big bad leak. So what did I do? I ordered a Cardone remanufactured unit. I ordered all 3 of the pipes that I need to repair it, other than the real low pressure ones, because I'm using the shotgun method. Change everything. The pipes were only like 20-25 bucks a piece. It's just well worth it. I'll be putting clean stuff back in. So there's the hydro boost. There's the 2 lines coming out of that. There's the reservoir. There's the return to the reservoir. The pipe that goes down to the pump comes out of the bottom of the reservoir. I just sprayed some WD-40 on those, and I'm going to try to crack them first. Once I get them cracked, then I'll pop the van. Oh, by the way, I did try to suck fluid out of this with my baster, and it's dry already. So it's drained itself all over the ground. So I'm hoping that by just changing the whole system, everything will be cool again, and then I can get to the AC system. I actually bought an AC servicing kit. It comes with a little a vacuum pump, I should say, and a gauge set and adapters, so we can service this finally. And I bought a gallon of flush, so I'm going to flush all the pipes and service that. But today, it's power steering only. So as I said, before I jack this up, I'm going to take this all off. I've got to take off the drive belt. I've got to take off the battery power here. And so we're safe. So let me get that. Look for my wrenches, tubing wrenches. Yeah, no surprise here. I don't have tubing wrenches big enough. So there's an AC line coming over here. This one happens to be an 18 millimeter. Yeah, she's moving. So that one's loose. The other one looks to be a bit smaller, about a 16, I'll bet. I'm going to grab the 17 and the 16. Luckily I have a really nice set of complete millimeter by millimeter wrench sets here that I got from Sears when they were going belly up. Yeah, that's a 16. Oh, that already cracked nice too. Okay, so those will come loose. I'm not going to change this. I've just got to worm that pipe in there and worm that pipe in there. So I'm going to have to jack it up now. And I don't have the power steering puller rented yet. My wife's got the good car out for a ride. So I'm just going to jack this dog up so I can get under here. There's a bunch of nuts and bolts on the bottom of the thing. I got to take off the serpentine belt. That's best done from the bottom, though, from experience. So I'll do that. We'll get it all jacked up. All right, well, we're trying to see up in here. I don't know if you can see where my hand is up here. That's the belt tensioner. I gotta take that belt off. And I find it easiest to do it from down here. So, we got the van all jacked up, don't worry. Find my 3/8 ratchet here. All I could find is my old crappy one. Turn it this way. And just a little bit. Pull down. Slip her off. Okay. Come on, I got my ratchet stuck. Come on. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get that belt out of the way because I don't want to get oil on it because that ruins them. We're going to pull it up out of the way here. And we'll stick that back in when the time comes. I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. I think I'm going to have to pull the shroud from the top and do this job from the top. That looks like another 16 on the back of that. Oh. That's the problem with these vans, they're so tight. Yeah, this is the 16, all right. Come on, dude. Of course it's gotta be tight. I gotta hit that with some more WD. So anyway, if you see what I'm trying to get at up in there, that one first nut, and last thing I want to do is do something to destroy it, so I can't get it off. So I hit it with some goop. Let me stick my head back under here farther, see if I can see better from back here. No, not really. You know this is going to be misery. I think there's only one hot line coming into that though. There's one from the top, from the reservoir, and the hot line comes out of it. That's the high pressure line on the bottom right there that we really need to get off. The rest of it is on with hose clamps. Let me look at the new pump. I'll show it to you. This is what the pump looks like. There's the input. There's the 3 mounting bolts. Yeah, it has one high pressure line out the back, and it has the low pressure in from the reservoir up above, so that's just gravity feed, and that's the return line there. So this circulates through here, comes in, goes out, comes in, goes out. These holes are just for the mounting bracket, which I have to reuse. So that just comes straight down from the pump, or the reservoir, to keep this full. And so that's what we're struggling with, getting that guy out right there. All right, let's see what we can do. Yeah, there you go. Get a rip on the nut good. Try it. Come on, baby. Come on for daddy. Might have moved a little better in bending something. There she goes. She gave way. Sweet. That's always good. I'm gonna get a drain pan because it's probably gonna drizzle. All right. I got that nut loose, but I'm trying to get it to turn. I can't quite turn it by hand. There's like no room in here for this longer wrench that I got. I'm turning it 1/12 of a turn every time I have to flip the wrench over to go a tiny fraction of a turn, and the nut is rusted, so the wrench fits real tight. I think they're working. I can't tell if I'm turning it or not, but it's turning pretty easy, and it feels like it's turning. Oh, there she comes. All right. There's the right one, the correct one. They got little body bumpers on them here. I guess that's so if they don't vibrate against the poke hole in them. guess I could put them back on, huh? This did come in a big Ziploc. You're under here, aren't you? Came in a big Ziploc here. And so there's the part that goes down. It's got a new O-ring wherever that O-ring goes. This part was on this part of the pipe. Well, there's two O-rings in there. Okay, so there must be new O-rings go here and here. This is the part that loops around into the pump. So that guy goes up there. I don't want to lose its O-rings. I just want to see the hose. There we go, we got her off. Now I got these fancy things out here. These hose grabber pliers, courtesy of Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight, as I call it once in a while. So I'm trying to get that hose right there off. Sorry, I'm bumping. No freaking room for anything in here. It's coming. There it comes. Yep. Okay. More juice running out. Now, that hose looks like it. Yes, okay. That's the oil cooler hose. I got the oil cooler too. That goes up under the front bumper here. That's going to be a pain in the ass to change too. Oh no, it's on top of the frame here. So, I don't know exactly how it's attached. I've come to the conclusion to be able to get down to the hose going to the steering gear way down in there. I can't see it from the top of it from the bottom. I've got to take this air cleaner shroud off. So there's just 4 8mm screws. You can see one back there, one up here in this corner, 2 on this side. I might have to pull that part of the snorkel off. So that's all I'm going to do now. I got the upper and lower fan shrouds out. This one, when you get the top one out, has just 3 tabs that clip down into the rail there. Now I can see everything really well. So that was smart. I can get a lot more light down in there. You can see the 2 hoses going, see the 2 aluminum hoses going onto the steering gear for the pressure there. Not the big ones, but the smaller ones below. Yeah, sorry, I bumped your door and turned it off. These 2 guys right here got to come off. And there's the power steering pump pulley that has to be pumped. We've got to rent a puller. But yeah, getting the shrouds out. Well, I was trying to get away without having to do too much, but I had to pull the reservoir tank out of here, which these hoses are fine. That goes back to the return. This goes down to feed the reservoir in the pump, because I need to get this nut right here loose, and everything was in the way. These do have O-ring seals, so you don't have to worry about putting any kind of thread dope or anything on these threads, and they're not a flared fitting. So I'm going to change this pipe. Changing all the pipes eliminates having to flush the system anyway, because everything's alright. So where did that root? That just looks like it roots straight down. Behind the steering pipes, or the braking pipes, brake lines, and it loops around over to that. So I can't film this. I don't know, maybe I can. I got a tripod with it. Came off a telescope. Alright. Get him up and out of there. Alright, so I just gotta look for the pipe that looks like this. It's pretty short. With the J on the end. Throw my old hose back in it. Okay. So it comes with fresh O-rings, too. I guess I can just pop them on. Here. There. This one had a protector on it. The elbow. Like that. As it comes out and goes over the top. So I'm going to lower this down in there carefully. Make sure I get it the same way it came out. Easy, pretty easy. Going in is easier than coming out this time. Oh, there's one of the three hoses changed anyway. I'll change these as I go so I don't screw anything up, you know. That would not be right. Okay, one hose changed. System drain. I really, if I had my puller, I could get this all done here. So I don't forget it. Now I'm cracking the oil cooler line here. But you can't get it quite a full turn, or a sixth turn. So you gotta flip the wrench every time. Apparently, there's not really anything attaching this up in here where I'm looking. Sorry, I'm just trying to show you a little bit. And I can't see either because I'm half blind. But it clips in to some hooks like that. There's one side up. I think maybe I can just push the other side up now. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's just like an arrowhead thing. In the center it just has bumpers. And it just slides into this loop at the other end. So, if I can figure out how to get it. Oh, it's on here far enough. Okay, so we're back at the van. I got my power steering puller. I didn't disconnect the battery like I should have. So we're going to be able to pull that power steering pump pulley. I can reach the bolts for it right here. I took the nut off the back already. We just got to put the new pump on, put the bracket on, put the pulley on. I got one more hose, which I just moved, that guy. Put the tank back on, it's just connecting up hoses. I got that miserable one up underneath the radiator done a couple days ago. So I put the belt back on, put it back together. We should have a working van, knock wood. Hopefully what I changed is what was making the weird knocking and pulsing noises. Okay, let me get set up. All right, well, I've got my big breaker bar on here, and I'm using the ratchet on my other thing. She's starting to come easier now. Hopefully, just got my big breaker bar to do it. That's all. Something's moving. Hopefully she goes on easier. Of course, it will be a new shaft. So holy crow. It's a lot like work, guys. Oh, come on. She's coming pretty easy now. That little half-inch ratcheting box end wrench would have never done this. Why did it make crap like this? Well, they just put a set screw or something. The worst contraption I've ever seen in my life. Holy cow. Well, I'm going to go see if I can get the impact. Well, all right. I got those lines. I got to tighten this line. Check the other ones for tightness. Ones on the gear I know are tight. I tighten the crap out of them. They're O-ring. They don't have to be crushed tight anyway. Oh, I took the fan belt out of the way, or the serpentine, so I don't get it in the way. So this just has to hook back up to the bottom of the reservoir. Maybe if I missed a little of that. Those pipes that I took off earlier just went back onto the reservoir. Reservoir. Oh, should that be on the outside of this? That's the throttle cable. Probably was. Wait a second. It's easier to take this one off. I think I can get that up and over where it should be. On that side. Right underneath there though. Those two are tight. Both the guys on the okay, that one's tight. And that one's tight. Okay. Let's get that pulley pushed on. I just gotta find the right threaded stud thing that goes into the center of my pulley. Let's find a wide gap here. There's a wide gap. Yep. And what we do is we just thread this through the center of the pulley now and tighten this. Push to pull it on. So I got to make sure this thread goes all the way in first. I'm going to put a little loop jar on there. Alright, what's happening is as I'm jacking this, it's spinning the pulley this way, which is unscrewing it. So I might have to put some channel locks or something. That's what I'm going to do. Channel locks on that pulley. Yep. Feels like a deadhead. Alright. I think I got this SOB back. Alright. This is a job for the beast. I got one on your roof socket. There we got her. Just took a little bit of a quick little hammer to get that out. Alright. It looks like to me like it's perfectly flush like it's supposed to be. It was getting dark, guys, so I didn't record all of this, but I wanted to tell you what I did. After I got everything put back together, the shroud's back in and everything, you know, the reassembly is just Astro van stuff. I filled the reservoir, I heard it gurgling, and then it stopped. I started the engine, which was a mistake according to the instructions. What I should have done is turn the pump pulley by hand after I filled the reservoir, kept on filling it. And then the other trick is that I saw a guy do that worked really well, because when I first turned it on, it was hissing and making all kinds of noise. I jacked it up again with the wheels off the ground and with the engine off but the steering wheel unlocked with the key. I cycled the steering wheel back and forth and back and forth. I let it settle a while, did it again, pumping the brake cylinder because it has a hydro booster in it instead of a master vacuum. And it finally, next time it was really quiet, so I took it for a test drive. It's all working. So number one, you got to get a puller. Number two, change any of the lines that look suspect, because while you're down there, you don't want to have to do it again. And three, as I said, exercise the pump and by hand and the steering by hand before you run the engine. Because all will happen is that pump will spin so fast it'll cavitate, it'll turn your oil into foam. And that's what makes your pump noisy. Okay, guys and gals. I've cleaned up the mess, and I'm just gonna, I didn't park it in the same spot where the oil leaked all over the driveway. I'm gonna have to see if I can get some sort of driveway cleaner. I lost a stupid bolt, a 1-inch, it's like a 10 millimeter, probably a number, it would have to be a 6 millimeter. Disappeared. I don't know, it got absorbed into the concrete. Anyway, take care, God bless. Have fun with your steering. The next project on this van will be the air conditioning. Take care, God bless. We'll see you again. We're going up to the lake tomorrow night, and I'll be taking those cabinets I've been building at the same time as I'm using this. So that'll be a ball. Alright, we'll see you for that project finishing up.